Hey guys, welcome back. Just a few little updates, and one of them here is on the FT101 that we just posted the video up on. And I started thinking about why the receiver wasn't working that well, and I had mentioned a few things that it could have been, and one of them was the relays. Well, the changeover relay in the PA compartment, I pulled it out and went ahead and cleaned it and put it back in. So let me show you the results of that. Okay, I'm using the Cam 1 audio, so maybe y'all can hear that. But as you can see, here's the 101. We got the turn up, and we see we got a half scale on the S meter of line noise. That's some slow scan TV.
I don't run away from it, but I don't linger in it. Over.
And to be honest, this thing is receiving just as well as about any other radio I have in the shop here.
Call, see if there's any more in here. Get 10 minutes left in the hour here. This is WB4KW, and this is the Tin Can Sealers News. Is there any other early bird tin can sealers? Please call now. Flat out, take a turn and make a comment. Art, over.
Okay, I'll have to remember that. The closest I came to it was Yellowstone.
Okay, so like I said, the radio is receiving fairly well. We do have some issues in it, and one of them is still in the VFO. When I turn the VFO, I can feel a tight spot every time it goes around. There's a tight spot right there, and that's probably that. Yeah, it's really stiff right there. That's probably that Jackson ball drive that's in the front of the VFO here, and that's the where the shaft goes in, goes through a little coupling, and there's some ball bearings in it, and I think that grease has gotten hard, and you can see it's right there. It's real tight, so that's going to have to be pulled apart, which you know the VFO needs to be poured out and cleaned anyway. Another issue that I'm seeing, let's see, on the plate control, it turns free. If we go from about 10 meters up to just to the top of 20 meters, it turns free, but past that it's real stiff, and there's a place between the top of 20 to 40 on the dial, and then it turns free between 40 and 80. When it gets to 80, it's real hard to turn again. So I don't know if the shaft's bent or what's going on. I done checked the plates on the capacitor to make sure nothing was shorting out there, and there was not. Again, you know, both the preset and the plate control has got a few issues, along with the VFO. Everything else, you know, works great with no problems. These two, you know, do have the long shaft that goes through, and so does the load control, but the load works completely fine. So those we got to dig into and look at it. But right now, I think all this radio needs is just probably replacing some of the old caps and do a complete alignment on it, and this radio here should be good to go. I don't see any other issues with it. We got output, we got full receive, and that seems to be working very well now. So someone asked in the other video if this completes my set of 101s, and yes it does. Now we have the plain 101, we have a B, we have the E, the EE, the EX, and the F. Okay, now we also have the FL 101 and the FR 101, and if you're not sure what those are, they was the separate sets, you know, transmit and receiver that's separate. It's basically just like the regular 101. It's just the receiver and the transmitter is separate. Now the only one I don't have that's also in a 101, but I call that a completely different series, is the 101 ZD. Nothing in that radio compares to what this radio is. It's a good radio, don't get me wrong, but it's not the 101. The ZD was a complete, you know, different beast than what the regular 101s was. And there was a version of the 101, I think it was the Tempo 1. I can't remember, something like that. Okay, so if we go over here and we look at this, this is the Tempo 1. But, you know, like I say, it's still a different radio. It's just rebranded, that's all. But, yeah, my set is complete. The only thing I do not have for the FT101 is the transverters. Yeah, it'd be nice to have them, but I'm not even looking for them. The prices of them things are just outrageous, so we're not even going to worry about looking at those.
Approximately 8 o'clock in the morning, and it'll get up to me around 80 to 85. But it's been sunny all week, and we've been wanting some rain, mainly because the grass really needs it, and so doesn't the bushes. So they're starting to brown out a little bit, so we could really use some rain down here.
Alright, so as you can see, the 101 is working pretty good, especially not to even, you know, with all the parts that we changed in it and then no alignment to it, it's not bad at all. I really can't complain. Other updates, the B&K 2040s, we've got 3 of the 5 that does not work in operational condition. I went through a couple more of them, and they were just simple, just doing some VCO work on one, and you know, we had one with that bad transistor in it, and then we had another one with a bad IC in it. 3 of them are working good. Still got 2 more to go through, and then we'll find out what we're going to do with the extra ones. I will, you know, I'll have one on each one of these benches just to use if, you know, if we ever work on any 11mm gear, and we might save ones for a spare, and we'll probably end up getting rid of another one. I know some locals that may need one, and also, I don't know, may end up getting rid of one here on the channel. We just have to wait and see. And also coming up this week, we got another piece of equipment in for review, and we'll be posting the video on that sometime this week. And so you can see, it is another digital microscope. Now, as you can see, this one has the 10-inch screen, and it's got a very tall stand on it, come with a lot of different accessories. So we've already got the video done on it, and we're posting that up this week with some links to get this under my Amazon affiliate link. And you know, when you purchase stuff from Amazon that I link to, it helps the channel out a little bit, and you know, we get a discount for you guys to in case you want to purchase one of them. But very nice microscope. It does have some pros and cons. We'll talk about that in the video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so several of you guys have been asking about the 101 alignment, and I think some of them have been waiting since 2016, but you know, time has really been tight, and I finally started doing some alignment on the 101. I've posted a couple of videos on Patreon. Here in the next month or so, I'll be bringing those videos to YouTube, so stay tuned for those, and we'll get them out. Just playing 101, like I said, it's going to also need a complete alignment. And since it's different than the rest of them, we'll do a video here on YouTube for the alignment of this 101.
Oh, I know. I got an isolation transformer that's got multiple taps, and I just can't get it down quite enough. I know what to do.
All right, while we ain't do it, I just want to go ahead and look at this Jackson ball drive, because I've noticed sometimes when I spin the VFO, I'll see the VFO actually stop while the knob is turning, and I want to get a good look at that, see if we can figure out why it's doing that. I think I have my ideas of it, but we'll go ahead and check it out and see. If you noticed, you can see right there, it just skipped. See how slow it's going, and it speeds up there at the end. That tells me that Jackson ball drive has a problem for some reason, and we need to look at it. Start by removing the VFO knob. We'll take these two screws here out. There's a plate and a felt washer, our dial, and there's another plate with a washer on it. Now to get this out, we got to go into here, and there's a set screw that will need to be removed. Let me see if I can get some light on there so you can see it. So just inside there, you can see this brass collar right here. There's a couple of set screws on that that'll have to be removed. Yep, there they are right there. That's one of them. And that's the other one. Well, so now what we need to do is remove these two Phillips screws. And we should be able to pull this drive right out. And there it is. Yep, and I can tell that's where the problem was at. So to get this apart, you see these little tangs here, there's 6 of them, will have to be bent up so this can be taken apart. But yeah, I can feel the, see it locks up there, and that's just that old grease that's in that thing. I got a little container here to catch anything that falls out. And I'm going to mark this. You don't have to, but I'm going to just mark it so it can be put right back in the same place it was. So all we got to do now is just take these little clippers and bend these up and out. You can do this several times and you'll be okay. But sometimes if it's done too many times over the years, these tangs will break off, and there's no way to fix those. Not unless you can solder it back together with some silver solder. Okay, we'll take the outer washer off. There's a spring washer. I've got the screw to set screws back in. And we should be able to take off this bearing housing. And you can see the 4 ball bearings in there, and yeah, that grease is very hard. As the center shaft come out, and we should be able to work these balls out. That's one of them. That's 2, 3, and 4. And now the outer casing will come off. Yep, and you can see there's some very old sticky grease on there. And that's what's causing our issue with the VFO drive. So the best way I've seen to clean this is just put it right in a little container and spray it down with contact cleaner. And you can see just how dirty that got from that old grease. Just wipe this off real good. Run this through those holes. You can use a pipe cleaner or anything like that. Paper towel works just as good. It will clean it right up. And that's fairly clean. I'll do the same thing with this piece. Just get that contact cleaner on it. And you can wipe it right clean. Our shaft. That's nice and clean. Then I'm going to drop our 4 ball bearings in there. Wow, them things are sticky. And you see that contact cleaner just eating that old grease right off of it. And take them out one at a time. Give them a good wipe down. And I'll out a plate. And that's all it takes to clean one of these Jackson ball drives up. It is not hard at all. Alright, so to put this back together, you just go in reverse, and what I'm going to use is some metal assembly paste. This is from Dow Coin. It's GN. This tube has lasted me many years, and that's all I'd use it for, is these ball drives and other mechanisms inside of radios. You got to put this back down into the collar. And I'm going to take some of this Molly paste and I'm going to put it in these holes. And these holes are where the ball bearings ride in. Now I should be able to take each ball bearing and just stick it back down in the holes. All our ball bearings are back in. Now I'm going to take some Molly paste and put on this shaft. And you ain't got to put a whole lot on it. Just like so. We'll put our spring washer back on, our outer retaining ring, then we'll just bend the tangs back over. We're trying to hold everything together. Let me get a pair of needle nose pliers and get it started. Once you get 2 of them done, you're home free. There we go. Yeah, the turn is much better. I'll go ahead and get all these other ones bent over. And then crimp them down. Much better. So the way I like to put these back together is use a straight point awl, and that way you stick it right through the threaded hole. Put a fiber washer up there. A dowel. Outer washer. Then our retaining plate. Once you get all that in line, you should be able to get one screw to start. And I think we missed a hole. See if we can get it lined back up again. Alright, that's one started. And we should be able to start the other one. Give them a good snug. If you like, you can put Loctite on the outside of them. That's what the factory had done before. I'm not going to bother with doing that. Alright. VFO is now smooth as silk. That makes tuning it a whole lot easier. Okay guys, that'll complete this portion of the 101. They say, you know, cleaning that relay just made a big difference. I just, you know, decided to come out here last night, snatch it out, give it a little cleaning, stuck it back in, and we're just hearing signals everywhere. Now we have our VFO fixed. Until the thing we got to worry about on this is the plate control. Figure out where it's jamming up at, and there's a something like a Jackson ball drive behind it here. It's doesn't work the same way, but it's similar, and I think that's what's causing the problem. The grease in that ball bearing drive is just all stuck, froze up just like the VFO was. But now the VFO moves like silk with no problems. So that'll solve that problem. Now with all the 101s that I've collected, I have 2 Bs. One of them is the parts rig. And in the future, we might just try to put that thing back together. I might see if I can order a transformer and put some tube sockets in it and go ahead and replace the stuff that I've took out of it and used on this one, and see if we can get it going. If so, that'll be another one. I have 2 EEs and I have 2 EXs. One of the EEs and one of the EXs is not going to be needed for me, so we'll get them repaired. We'll see about getting rid of them. Use that money to help to channel out to buy more stuff. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for now. We'll see what comes up in the next one, see what we're going to do. I'll get the video uploaded sometime this week for that new microscope, for y'all can check that out. And guys, we'll see you whatever we're working on next. Bye now.